He is the professor of computer science and director of Center for Digital Innovation at Teesside University in UK. And I just talked to him. He got reached the PhD in computer science from the University of Lisbon. And after that, he has become a leading author in research on the intersection of artificial intelligence, game theory, and also human behavior. His research used evolutionary game theory, agent-based simulation, and behavioral modeling to answer a very fundamental question. That is, how does cooperation and collective behavior emerges among humans, machines, and hybrid systems? And the answer to this question don't just expand our theoretical understanding.
Thank you so much, Professor Chen. My research is connected directly with the theme of the conference, and yeah, it's a great delivery today about, for example, AI governance, large language models for different applications like education, especially in preschool context. Yeah, well, I just have to say I tend to be quite nervous, especially when I can. So this is good. If I'm traveling. So this talk is about sort of different kind of connect possible AI development. So the question is how we can explain, first of all, their risk. Like they have disadvantage because of that. What I use in my research is computer simulation. So basically, you put in the simulations different kinds of individuals, and you want to see what kind of behavior would emerge from computer simulations. And we also use human experience to validate the simulation, to validate the mathematical results. Okay, so this is the agenda of the talk. So first of all, I'm going to give a brief discussions about the area of why we cooperate, why individuals cooperate from different levels, from why genes cooperate to form organisms, nations cooperate on difficult dilemmas, and what are the mechanisms that we can use to promote cooperation? How can we explain cooperation that doesn't make sense? Systems are usually capable quite complex cognitive abilities, like they can predict our preferences, they can maybe cheat, they might make us believe that they will do something, but then actually when they're employed, they don't do that. So there are lots of risks and ethical issues associated with that. Our ongoing human experience, where we put people in the lab development race. Okay, first of all, the question of agents. This has been considered as one of the most important questions faced by science in the last few decades. Curiosity-driven research. When we understand the conditions when we actually use that to engineer a benefit to the others at our own cost, and usually the benefit is larger than the cost to justify cooperation. So the question here, the dilemma here is, why do we see lots of cooperation when it doesn't make sense? Because according to natural selections, we are very competitive. If we select those with larger fitness, so if we sacrifice ourselves to help others, it is on our own cost, and our behavior wouldn't emerge because of that. And recently we find things like climate change and AI risks, and which also require cooperation from nations, from every individual to help mitigate climate change we need especially even the conference team will happen. AI agents that are capable of negative emotions, so they can feel guilty when they do something wrong. We believe that, so basically we show that those individuals who can feel negative emotions even at their disadvantage, it's possible to feel negative emotions. There's emotional pain. But they actually can evolve in competition with other types. I'm not going to talk about this in detail. We can discuss that policy here later. And there's a very interesting implications for the design of AI system alignment. So if we have the AI system that are capable of feeling guilty whenever they are doing something wrong, if you can put in the AI design a component saying that whenever something, if they did something bad, this negative emotion would be triggered, then we could solve the AI alignment problem. But definitely it's more complex than that. It's not easy to design, but we have an ongoing project trying to give the good individuals an advantage. Yeah? So because of the advantage, that would likely lead them to be selected by natural selection. But we got some very surprising results here. The answer is actually, it's dependent. We see that, I'm not going into detail here, but or why in a fast-moving society, it's like, okay, if I see somebody more successful, I very quickly change my strategies. And the discriminatory AI system is better for that. And the explanation mathematically is that the Samaritan AI system has operations to be cooperative role by having more cooperative AI system in the society. Basically, it gives the feeling of everybody around you is so kind. So that's increased the AIs as you expect, have cooperation through selectively withholding from effectors. Okay, so it's a quick summary of that part which I just mentioned. So the good Samaritan AIs is better when the intensive selection is low, which is for slow-moving society, while for fast-moving society, we plan currently cross-cultures experience, human experience to validate this finding. I have 5 minutes for this part. Okay. So the next part of my talk is about AI risk and how to do evidence-based policy research, basically how we can model this process rigorously and based on that we can design interventions for improving saving responsible behavior. And we also did some experiments with human participants to see how they behave when they are faced with this sort of dilemma in a controlled environment. My cut corners on safety requirements just to speed up the development. They want to deploy their system ahead of others. And because of the possibility of cutting run, whatever we do, if we speed up more faster than usual, than the standard, then there's the chance that some disaster might occur. AI system that is bad for society, that creates some incidents, so the companies might lose trust and basically AI. And because of that risk, on like the AI, the EU AI Act, and yesterday mentioned in one of the talks, but it's not easy to get. So how to design suitable regulations and policies to ensure safe and responsible AI development is not easy. And last year, I had the privilege to contribute to this roadmap for AI policy research in this International AI Safety Summit. we identified that it's crucial to look at, to design evidence-based policies rather than just, you would imagine, okay, we can just collect data on the impact of AI policies. A paper we published in Artificial Intelligence Research, which is a flagship journal. So we looked at a mathematical model of an AI development race where, let's say, here you have a number of companies competing with each other to develop an AI system. For example, it could be AGI, and if they finish first, they get a huge benefit. Advancements the companies need to make before they can reach the AI supremacy. And they can get some benefit from that, from deploying intermediate systems, like let's say maybe if you're doing GPT-1 or GPT-2, yeah, you can imagine it. And the companies in each step of development, they can make a choice, either develop it safely or unsafely. And interventions, where regulation basically either you punish the unsafe developers or reward the safe developers, where regulation actually can make a difference. And here we look at two dimensions. So you have the risk probability and the development speed, basically what can you gain by ignoring safety precautions. So when you increase the advantage of ignoring safety precautions and the risk, we see that there are three zones and where the risk is very low. That means here you can interpret unsafe as innovations. Yeah. So because of the risk is very low, by speeding up, you actually create benefit. Yeah. So, and in that innovation zone, you also don't want intervention because that would mean you prevent innovations from this. Yeah. So how we can, I think it's really, really important to see how can we deploy AI to make our societies kinder and fair. Okay, that's it.
Because AI systems don't reproduce like in biological, like animals or plants do. It seems like some other kind of reward-based system would be more appropriate for modeling AI, because the reinforcement system, they're using reward systems for that. That's my question.
So we have hybrid system of human AI. We actually have, so I actually said, okay, AI agents do not evolve in our model. Yeah. So they have fixed behavior. They play more like a sort of Samaritan, so they have fixed behavior. Humans, you have two parts. So you have humans behaviors that evolve, and you have AIs that you deploy have fixed behaviors. They can be either, for example, always helping others, so that the Samaritan, or you have the selected one which try to recognize the intentions, the behaviors, the reputations of those the AI have to choose whether to set. But indeed, we actually have a perspective data, like what are the challenges ahead. It might be much faster than humans reproductions because they can very quickly create millions of copies of themselves. To evolve for AI, yeah, if it is good, you can make millions of copies, even the stage where they actually will be more adaptive and